Today, we become legends.
Yeah, Geb top win rate in ranked conquest at the moment. As I was talking about earlier, like Geb is the top win rate Guardian, second top win rate God in the game. Callie's win rate is fucking insane. It was like 66% at one point. That's why she absolutely needed nerfs.
Follow me!
Geb underrated. Wukong, everyone knows Wukong's strong. Nike has a very good win rate. Iset has a very good win rate as well, which I think is reasonable. Freya's super underrated. Everyone's starting to wake up to how strong Freya is. So, Toph Magoffa, thank you for the follow. Bastet also with a very solid win rate.
Follow me!
Yeah, the 3% difference is huge. Callie's win rate is fucking insane in all ranks. And there's a reason she's like banned 68% of games. Matikaros win rate backs up how strong he is. I don't know why they're not nerfing him more. Usually high-res like to go on internal win rate data a lot. But like not only is he clearly way too strong and has a high pick ban rate, he also has a high win rate. So like you definitely need some more nerfs on Marty in my opinion. Hades still doing well. Nuwa doing well. Once we get down to here, it's like you start to get into some of the gods that are just like, they're not necessarily high win rate because they're strong, but maybe a lot of specialists play them, like Nuwa. You know, they buff Nuwa, but her win rate is high, but it's mainly because specialists play Nuwa. Look at her pick ban rate, it's very low. So like you generally don't see, all the ones kind of similar. You know, these gods with like low play rate, it's often specialists and people that are really good at them that pick them. And so their win rate is a little higher rather than just like every average Joe trying to play them and like losing games because like, yes, they're meta, but they're not very good with that god. And so I can kind of shift win rates around a little bit, which is why I don't think win rates are like super reliable, like the only thing you should use for balance. They are a thing you can use for it, but I don't think you should nerf and buff purely on god win rate. I don't think that's like an actual good way to do it. Nah, not yet, Picolata. This game that we're about to queue into is Masters promo. Yeah, Hades kind of popular in lower ranks. A few months ago, Hades was meta, like the top solo learner, and he is still absolutely strong. Yorm's still doing well. Afro's still doing well. Even though she fell off a little bit, she's still fairly represented and doing really well. Apwash, a lot of that win rate probably comes from counter pick matchups. Counters a lot of stuff in solo. Counters some mid picks as well. What about lowest win rates? Arthur, lowest win rate in the game. See, this is what I mean. Arthur is not the worst god in the game. Yes, he has the lowest win rate, but he's not the worst god in the game. Far from it. I would argue he's top 10 solo learners. Maybe not top 5, but I would argue he's top 10 solo learners. So, like, I don't know about that. Osiris win rate is probably somewhat representative of where he actually is. Osiris is not great right now. That's why he's getting buffs. Again, Maui win rate is low. Maui, kind of a specialist character. He's hard to use, but if you can use him well, you do really well. And his win rate is lower because people just pick him thinking he's good and then they don't do well with him. Even though Maui is strong, he's the third lowest win rate god in the game. And these kind of make sense. Nox, again, a specialist. Nox players can do really well when they actually use the god effectively, but if everyone's trying to pick it when they think it's meta, she generally doesn't have a great win rate. Also, she's kind of a counter pick. She has some really good matchups and some really bad matchups. If you just pick her all the time, you're going to lose sometimes based on matchup. Like Nox into Geb, for example. Terrible matchup. But Nox into anyone that can't like cleanse immediately and can't like dodge her combo, very strong. Yamoja as well. Yeah, I don't know where Yamoja is at right now, but likely Yamoja has a lower win rate than how she actually is represented in terms of strength. Where is Yamoja? Yeah, see, Yamoja's only at 46.67%. This is in all ranks. I imagine if maybe you change this to like Masters, Yamoja might go up a little bit. Yeah, so in Masters, Arthur's not even here. Because Arthur, believe it or not, does take some skill to play. And so you kind of run into people just playing him when they think he's just a button press machine. And that's not really it. But yeah, just thought I'd talk about like win rate stuff for a little bit. We're in a queue now. Where is window capture? Yeah, there we go. But yeah, it's just interesting. Like, you can't fully rely on win rates to balance gods, in my opinion. And you see a lot of outliers where like the god is clearly strong. I think Raven is a good example as well. Raven's win rate isn't actually that high, but he's still a really strong god. It's just because everyone's trying to play him, and if they're not like good with him, it can go pretty badly.